my biggest group interview tip would be to pay attention to the question. Don't go outside of the question. Answer the question exactly how they asked it.
So my interview tip is when you are doing the group interview, and let's say you have to use the restroom or you're with some friends that you made in the group interview, don't talk about anything in the group interview. My friends told me that when they were in the group interview, they would talk about like, oh, what did you think about this? What did you think about that? And then there was an interviewer actually in the restroom, and they sent them all home because they were talking about the interview. So keep your lips sealed, but be friendly.
Things to bring. Make sure to bring a pen, some paper maybe to write things down. Bring all your documents, resumes, your past work history for the last 10 years. It's required by the FAA when you're filling out the application. Bring, passport, identification, all those things. Make sure to have it all with you, because if you are hired, they're going to want that information as quick as possible.
So for the one-on-one interview, make sure you dress properly first of all. Make sure you go in there confident. Just be yourself. Don't make up stories. Don't tell lies. Just be you. Tell the truth. Give your best experience possible, and don't answer generic questions. Just like if they say, what is something that's hard for you? Don't say it was hard for me to fail, because they're going to look at you like you're crazy.
Hey everyone, my name is Lindsay and I am a flight attendant, and today I am going to be talking to you about flight attendant terminology. Now, I've recorded this video like 16 times and it has been too long, so I'm going to break this into 2 parts, and I'm actually going to post the second part on Thursday. So make sure you are subscribed and you hit the bell so you know when I do post videos, just in general anyway, but so you can see the second part of this video for sure. So I will be posting the second video on Thursday, so watch out for that. So flight attendant terminology is huge in the airline industry, especially for flight attendants, because this is all we talk about literally all the time, whether it's texting, talking to your friends, in training, anything like that. So without further ado, we're going to get into this video. The first word or definition is PAX, P-A-X. It is also known as passenger. This is just what we call our passengers when we're writing reports, or we're talking about it in training, or we're texting each other. We don't call you PAX, like welcome PAX. This is kind of like our secret lingo that we say to one another, and you do learn about this in training. So PAX is also known as passengers. The next term is line holder. A line holder is someone that knows their schedule, their days off, and the trips that they are actually working. I am a line holder, but I was on reserve when I first started. So a reserve is somebody that doesn't know their schedule, they only know their days off. When you first start as a flight attendant, you are going to most likely be on reserve, and then you will build your way up to being a line holder like myself. So I was on reserve about a year and a month, and then I was off of reserve and I was a line holder for I think like 9 or 10 months, and then my class went back on reserve for a month, and then ever since that 1 month I've been having my own schedule. So I can trip trade, I can drop trips, I can build my own schedule, which is super nice and convenient. So that's what you kind of work for. So if you stick it out for the first couple years as reserve and then become a line holder, your life will change tremendously. Trust me. If you literally just leave after a month because you think I'm sick of being on reserve, well, then this job isn't for you, and that's good. You learned it in a month. But if you really, really want this job, just stick it out until you can have your own set schedule. Which brings me to the topic airport standby, or also known as ready reserve. It is somebody that sits at the airport. We also call this airport appreciation because you are sitting at the airport for a few hours, and by a few hours I mean maybe 6 max. So you sit either in the crew room or in the airport terminal. You can walk around, do whatever you have to do, but you have to be in the airport just in case if somebody calls in sick last minute, somebody, God forbid, gets into an accident or has car trouble, or there's a huge snowstorm and they can't get out of their house and scheduling needs you to help board the airplane, then you'll go do that. But if somebody calls in sick last minute, then you're actually replacing that one person and you're going to take over their entire trip. So also airport standby could be last minute trips. If scheduling build like a charter charter. If scheduling filled a charter at the last minute or something like that, and they picked up a trip very last minute, or if you're doing a sub-service for another airline, they could have you come on to that trip. So that is what airport standby is. The next subject is buddy bidding. Now, buddy bidding is when you are working with your friends. So this is what Joya, Carly, and I do. We buddy bid every single month. So when bids come out, or your patterns or your schedules, it's basically just your schedule. When the lines come out and you are bidding for your lines and you're picking the lines that you want, then the three of us pick the same line. So if line 1, 2, 3, 4 is what we want, then we put those into the computer, and then scheduling will pick those for us. And scheduling pretty much knows who's buddy bidding with who and who's not, and they will be nice the majority of the time and put you together if they can. Next, we have deadhead. Deadhead is when the company needs you to get from point A to point B, and they will pay you and put you into a passenger seat, and you're technically still working and you will get paid for this. A ferry flight or repo flight is a flight that is empty and there are no passengers, just the crew members, and you are going somewhere. So this happens a lot on charters, or if there was a mechanical and we just have to cancel the flight and go back to base or go somewhere else to get fixed. That's kind of what that means. A ferry flight is just a completely empty plane except for the crew members. Flight and block time. Now, flight time is from wheels up to wheels down, so flight time is 2 hours and 33 minutes, but it's blocked for 3:30. So why is it an hour less? It also depends on the winds, if you are going against the winds or going with the winds. And block time is from the time you are at the gate, so basically just gate to gate. And flight time is from wheels up to wheels down. Block time also goes into consideration if you have to get de-iced or if there's traffic. So airlines kind of know how this stuff works. They just do. They have it's like literally a science behind everything. So flight time, wheels up to wheels down, block time, gate to gate. That's all you gotta know. And lastly, we are going to be talking about is the lead flight attendant. The lead flight attendant is the flight attendant that is working up front. He or she is basically in charge of the entire airplane, so they are the ones that make the announcements. They are the ones that are getting paid $4 more. Some airlines make a little less, like $2 or $3. Some make a little bit more. It just depends on the airline. My airline does pay you $4 more. They're the ones that are in constant contact with the flight deck when they have to come out for the restroom, or if there is an emergency and they need to talk to them about anything that they need to know. The lead flight attendant is in charge. Now, they are not necessarily the supervisor in flight, so that's a little bit different, but because the captain is above everybody, but if there is a problem and you need to tell somebody, you tell the lead flight attendant. So that is that. That is the first part of this video. Please stay tuned for the second part on Thursday, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you a little bit more of a perspective of the terminology. So if you want to see, I did a galley tour. I'll leave that linked below or up here. I did a galley tour a while ago and it was just of the galley. If you would like to see an airplane tour, give this video a thumbs up, and if it hits 200 likes, I will do an airplane tour. So give this video a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell, because like I said, you want to be notified when I post a video, right? So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.